Okay, Garrett, we're going to go ahead and get you started off with Mike Klis. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Garrett, just I think a lot of people were surprised you guys couldn't run the ball better yesterday against the Raiders. What, as an offensive lineman, featured prominently in the run game, how frustrating was that to you, and what happened?
Super frustrating, man. We want to establish the run. We have two great backs that are probably two of the best in the league right now, and we just didn't get the job done. Flat out was that. We just, we made too many little mistakes, and they were moving around and causing us some hectic, and we had to adjust, and we just didn't adjust, and that's totally falls on us, and we got to do a better job.
Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, Garrett, as a leader on this team, one of the older guys, just kind of what's the locker room like right now, knowing that the playoffs are not going to happen in all likelihood, and kind of how do you move forward from this?
It's hard to move forward when we haven't made the playoffs in the last 6 years, 5 years. I mean, it's frustrating, man. It's it's all written on the wall. We had the chance to come out the last 2 weeks and to get the job done. We just didn't. We just keep making the same mistakes over and over again. And it's gonna take a drastic change to turn this around. We got to do it. We got to find a way to do it. We got to look at ourselves, the leaders on this team, and really figure out what's going on, and hopefully we can get the job done next year. But we got to come out these next 2 weeks and finish strong, finish on a high note. Hopefully win these next 2 games so that when we come into next season, we're on a high note, and we just got to do whatever we can to get an 8th win, to get a 9th win, to go 9-7, at least go 8, get 8 wins at least. I mean, it's frustrating for me. But the crazy thing is that we have a very, very talented team. We have so many playmakers and so many guys that want to win around here. So it's just frustrating, man.
Does it feel like you're closer, Garrett, than maybe a couple of years ago?
We're extremely close. I mean, man, you look at it, we had to win 2 games. And then we lost, last week, but we just had to win yesterday, and we're right where we need to be. And we just didn't get the job done. It's frustrating losing such 2 close games by, total of 10 points total or something crazy like that. So it is what it is, man. You just got to live and you learn. You find the mistakes as you watch them film, and hopefully those things don't happen again. But like I said, man, I love this team. I love the grit we have. I love the fight we have. I love the demeanor we have. We have so many playmakers, so many great leaders. We just, like I said, we got to look ourselves in the mirror and see what we got to do to figure it out.
Let's go, Zach, then George. Go ahead, Zach.
Garrett, when you look yourself in this offense in the mirror, what do you see that needs to change in order for this team to take that step next year and make the playoffs?
That's a really good question, man. Just the little things, man. Making sure we're catching the ball, make sure we're blocking. I mean, I think every single week we've given up a sack. I mean, that falls on us 5 up front. We just can't do that. We're giving up a sack here and a sack there and a sack there. Now we're, 20, 30 sacks. And, as we start getting down the stretch, and we just flat out can't do that. We got to do a lot better job up front and protecting our quarterback and creating run lanes, eliminating the, negative runs, which we had a lot yesterday. We can't do that either. When the defense turns the ball over 3 times and we score 13 points, that just doesn't cut it around here. I mean, we got to do a lot better job with that. We got to do a lot better job with ball security. We got to do a lot better job of scoring points, finding a way to score points. We just keep kicking ourselves in the butt over and over again, not scoring, and we just can't do that. We got too many good guys. We got $90 million within 2 receivers. We got 2 great backs. We got one of the best O-lines in the National Football League, in my opinion, but we just keep making these small little mistakes, and we got to stop it. We got to stop doing the little things and focus on what we got to do as individuals, and then we got to come together and figure this out. And I know if we do that, we're a hard team to beat. I mean, we've won a lot of big games with scoring 30-plus points, and then there's games that we just don't do that. So we got to figure that out, and I think, we're right on track, and we're a lot closer than I think we all think we are, and we just got to eliminate those things.
We'll go ahead and finish off with the final 3, George, Andrew, and then Troy. Go ahead, George.
Yeah, Garrett, Vic talked this morning about, not worrying about his job status these last couple games. And so I was just wondering, do you guys as players talk about those sorts of things about the coaching staff and their job security moving forward? And then what's been Vic's message these last 24 hours?
last 24 hours is try to get this 8th win, man. We got to prepare the same way. We all talk, but what talking is just going to get us nowhere. We may just talk to get our frustration out, but that's really about it. Coach is going to be here regardless, or if coach is not going to be here, it's the guys like me, Justin Simmons, Shelby Harris, Dalton, the Cortland and Tim and Mel and Devontae, like those, Noah and, all those Bradley Chubb, like these are the guys that are going to be here. We're the foundation of this team right now. So we may talk a little bit, but really at the same time, we're really just talking about how we can turn this around and what things we can do to do better. Sometimes it's the coach's fault, sometimes it's our fault. We can't really point fingers. We really just got to come together as a group and come together as a team and really figure this out. Like I said, that's George's job. That's not our job to, who we want to bring in and who's not. George knows us. George knows our heart. George knows that we love him and put all of our trust into him. And we love Coach Fangio. He's doing a good job. We just got, like I said, we gotta find a way to win.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Garrett, you mentioned like the small little things a couple of responses ago. So from your perspective, why hasn't the offense and the line been able to make those small little things happen this year to make this team successful?
Sometimes it's penalties. Sometimes, it's one or two guys doing it, one guy not. Just football, man. Football. Sometimes the ball bounces your way and sometimes it doesn't. In the last couple of years, the ball just hasn't bounced our way. But I feel like every year we're getting the right pieces, the right people, the right coaches, the right plays. We just got to execute it. Sometimes when, a team that's rebuilding, sometimes you're still, making little mistakes here and there. And over time, those will drop because we're getting new players in. We're getting players that want to win, players that, a new GM came in, he wants to change everything. George does a phenomenal job with, what he's done so far this year with putting the right people, paying the right people, getting the right guys, our receivers. We're a stacked football team. We really are. We have a lot of great talent, a lot of people around us that want to win. A lot of, the attitude here is completely different than when I first got here. Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to make the playoffs, man. This whole city wants to see, wants us in the playoffs. So it's not like we're not trying. It's just sometimes the ball just doesn't bounce our way. We got to live and we got to learn. And the more that we learn and the more that we live right on and off the field, the ball's going to bounce in our way and we're going to be where we need to belong. And that's, to dominate this AFC West.
Go ahead and finish us off, Troy.
Garrett, is that what makes this more disappointing? Because you are talented, you guys have good chemistry, and yet you're here, talking to us again at the end of the season with no playoffs. Because some years it didn't feel like you had enough talent. This year, you guys talked about the dedication and the talent and the schedule, frankly, set up for you. Teams were losing around you. Does that make it sting more this year than in years past?
It always stings. Troy, it always does, man. I love football. This team loves football. There's so many great dudes on this team that want to win, that put our heart. We bleed the same, we sweat the same, we practice the same. We're doing everything we can. It's just sometimes, like I said, the ball doesn't bounce our way, and it does sting because we are a very talented team. This is probably one of the most talented teams I've been around since I've been here, because of so many different playmakers, all these young guys. This rookie class we have is phenomenal. They deserve to be in the playoffs as much as we do, and they pushed us down the stretch, and I couldn't be more thankful for them because that's really what it takes. It takes a rookie class to push the vets and the vets to continue to push the rookies. That's just what it does. This is how it is. You look at teams like Green Bay and Tampa and the Rams, like that's why they're 12, 13, 14 wins. You know what I mean? And, or the Chiefs, it's those younger guys that are pushing the older guys, and we have that. Now we just got to build on that and continue to focus on these next two games and try to win on the high note, and then come back next year and, figure out what those little things are and practice those little things so that we don't make those mistakes again.
Thank you, Garrett.
Garrett, thanks so much for the time. We appreciate you.
Yep, you all have a good one, man.